Good evening. Why are we still waiting? That's the powerful plea tonight for a government apology from a woman whose son was forcibly taken for adoption after she gave birth in a mother and baby's home at the age of 16. Joy Harvey from Hereford says the experience led to 4 decades of trauma, not knowing if her boy was safe or even alive.
They were eventually reunited in 2019 after Gavin reached out. Today, Joy was in Westminster at a protest representing thousands of women and adoptees seeking a state apology. Let's cross to our political correspondent, Alison Mackenzie. Alison, such a powerful campaign, this.
It certainly is. It strikes you when you're here sometimes and you see people come down with issues that are close to their heart. They were protesting here because these are women, for the most part. Sometimes their adopted children were able to join them, but mostly women who were told back in the 60s, the 70s and even earlier than that, that they were not allowed to hold on to the babies they'd had, often because they weren't married, some kind of shock, scandal attached, but forcible adoption. They had no say in the matter, it just happened to them. Well, one of those was Joy Harvey, as you mentioned, from Hereford. I met her right here down at Westminster. She had a story that really gets to you about what happened to her all those years ago. A journey from Hereford to Westminster, seeking recognition, understanding, an apology from the government for the life endured following what first happened back in 1979 at the age of 16.
Well, I discovered I was pregnant, hid it until I was 5 months, and then school just said, be gone, we don't want you. Social services came and said, we've got a mother and baby home in North Wales that we take young girls to in this situation. So I was taken to North Wales, a home run by nuns, and it wasn't horrendous, but there was work to do.
How did that make you feel?
There was no option to keep a baby. The options on the tick list were adoption, adoption, adoption. Comments were made how selfish it would be for someone like you to want to keep your baby. It was very subtle coercion.
It's what happened to thousands of women over decades.
It's a wrench to part from your baby, but this mother has decided it would be better off with parents who can give it all the things she can't.
Sometimes it was the churches deciding. In Joy's case, it was a social worker.
On the appointed day, the social worker came back to the home. I packed my bags, I packed his bags. I had some photographs taken with him, and we got in the car and took him to the foster parents. I knew I needed that 10 days. If I had to give him up for adoption, I knew I needed that 10 days because I needed to pour a lifetime's worth of love into him.
You're 16.
I've never felt so empty in my life.
What did it do to you mentally?
Oh, it destroyed me.
But 40 years on, there was a reunion. Gavin, who now lives in Stoke, reached out and found his mum.
It was lockdown, we did lots of FaceTime, lots of talks, so we established that we looked like each other, we established our sort of sense of humour and characters, but the first time we met was very emotional, very, very emotional. And I stepped into my mum's shoes that day. That's when I actually really became a mum.
And now a simple plea to the government.
Say sorry. Say sorry. And if he wants an example, look to Nicola Sturgeon, because her apology was heartfelt. Meaningful, yes, Scotland's apology. Australia, Northern Ireland, Ireland, Wales, Scotland have all apologised. And what we would like now is an apology from our government, which would give us respect, which would enable us to lose the shame that we've carried.
Okay. Alison, Joy said her experience destroyed her. Do you think the women protesting today will get the apology they want?
Well, it's certainly not forthcoming at the moment. We contacted the Department for Education, who are leading on this, which is linked to adopted children, and they've given a statement saying this abhorrent practice should be condemned. They have sympathy for all those affected by this. They say they continue to engage with all those who are affected, but the word apology is not there. And of course, what the people want is an apology on the floor of the House, such as was given for the issue, the scandal of infected blood. So it's not there yet, but I got one of those lead organisers to explain again why so crucial that this apology happens.
The government need to act. They need to issue this apology because there are so many women that I'm in contact with that can't find their children, that are now in their 70s and 80s, and they want some sort of reunion, and frankly they want to die knowing that their child was taken and was placed with a good family, and that they can release the shame that they're carrying from their shoulders.
So the Education Department is reaching out. They want further meetings. Could it be, just some protesters I spoke to, could it be because it's linked to the church, to social services, to families who said it was scandalous to have a child out of wedlock? Somehow the state is stopping short in England of offering that apology, but I sense that these protesters will be coming back on many more occasions.
Alison, thank you.